Hi, Dizzy.
Hey, howdy.
Welcome. You're looking fresh and all ready to belt out some wonderful information on stem cells and our beautiful, the largest quantum software platform in the world, medical platform. We really are honored to have you here this evening and to experience and enjoy this beautiful information and devices and time crystals that you've shared with the world. So thank you again. And from all of us here today, without further ado, let's hand over to you.
Okay. You want me to talk about stem cells?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let me. Okay. I had the TV above me here. It was playing.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure we get a better sound. So stem cells, very interesting. Inside the bone marrow, our bodies will make stem cells. Other places too, but mostly this happens in the bone marrow. These stem cells come out in kind of a raw form, and they can be converted into pretty much any other cell in the body that the body needs. So it's very interesting in this whole process. So how does it work? Well, of course, the chemical companies are trying to understand the chemistry, but that's not how it works. That's not how the body works. The body works through an electrochemical process. Yes, the chemistry is important, but there's an electro process. We took these stem cells, we got some samples from them. And when we studied them in the trivector, we found that they're alive. They don't have a stagnant trivector. They have an organic. They're changing electrically. In other words, they're electrically coming into the system. Here's the stem cell coming out, and it's in contact with the body electric, so that the body electric will tell it what to do. And it's very, very alive electrically. So once I studied this system, and I saw, the range of signals coming in and out, then I could make the stem cell, system inside our machine. So inside our machine, if you go to that stem cell page, there's basically two buttons. There's one button that will stimulate the manufacture of stem cells in your body, okay? And then there's another button which helps the stem cells to work properly. So rather than you trying to tell the stem cells to go into the bone, the body does that. And we don't know enough that we should be telling the stem cells what to do. So, and I couldn't break that code anyways. I do not know how to send in a signal to tell the stem cell to make bone. Okay, I do not know. Or how to make pituitary or hypothalamus, whatever. I do not know how to do that. But I was able to see that I could tickle the stem cells and I could increase their ability to function. Now, what people sometimes have, if you're sick, the higher your SOC, the more stress that your body is under, the less your stem cells will work. Your stem cells won't work properly unless you have a real strong body electric and you have a good life force. The life force is very, very important. So that is what we need, which means good food. Whole plant foods are much better than meat products. I have to be able to, when I mention that, there's so many religious meat eaters out there. We have to be able to, say, yes, you can eat meat. You're allowed. But the sicker you are, the more you need whole plant foods. We find out that if your heart is bad, if you go on a whole plant food diet, your heart can rebuild. Eat meat with that diet and your heart will not rebuild properly. If you eat just meat, you will get sick. The human body is not designed to really eat meat. We can eat meat. We are omnivores, okay? But our bodies are designed to eat whole plants. Our bodies were designed to go bush to bush to bush. Our feet and our legs are not made to catch lunch. If we had to catch lunch, if right now today with your body, you had to go out and catch a rabbit to eat for lunch, catch a bird, catch a fish, your human body, you'd starve. The human race would not exist. Now, the very interesting thing, though, they found that at a certain time, a long time ago, there was a time where all of a sudden the human brain just took off. It was about 25,000 years ago. And up until then, the humans were, picking bushes, and everything. And they were small, and their brain size was small. And all of a sudden, something happened. And boom! All of a sudden, something happened. And what that was cooking. They discovered how to manage fire and how to cook. But what did they cook? So we go back and we look at those people from there. And we do find a little bit of meat. Yes, they were hunters that went out there. But the predominant food that was eaten by all of those primitive cultures, those quote like cavemen, the predominant thing that they were eating is they were eating starches, they were eating potatoes, they were eating plants. But they found that when they cooked the starch, if you take a potato and look at that little starch, you see, you can't eat the potato raw. It doesn't, but you have to cook the potato. And boom, all of a sudden, the potato cells open up into this wonderful food for us. The rice, you can't eat, rice, My first wife, Sherry, she made my first meal. We got married and she made our first meal together. And she knew I liked porcupine balls. My mother would make porcupine balls. My mother would take rice and put them in with meatballs. Crunch them up. There'd be rice inside the meatball. My mother called them porcupine balls. So Sherry made that for me. Only Sherry forgot to cook the rice.
Ooh.
I hate the meatball and broke a glass.
What?
I said, no, you got to cook the rice because rice uncooked, you can't really eat it. No. You see. And then they discovered that there was a lot of foods and that by cooking certain foods, they increase the nutrition, especially carbohydrates, etc. And then they found that subtle cooking, activated certain nutrients. Okay. They no longer had to eat just fresh and raw. There was a whole new bunch of foods, starches, etc., that could be cooked. And then meat was, I'm sure meat helped because there was protein. Because this is the time when they started cooking that they found that they could use and cook meat. But predominantly, what they ate was predominantly whole plant foods with a little bit of cooking. Now, overcooking destroys nutrients. Okay, they discovered this in China when up in the mountains, they don't have an awful lot of trees. Okay, you get high in the mountains, you get above the tree line. Okay, trees won't grow there, and to transport wood from the trees up to the camp was difficult. So they wanted to cook as little as possible. They invented the wok. And they took the food, the vegetables, a little bit of meat, whatever, and they would just lightly saute, lightly cook. So that the miner who was up there mining, and he would come home to eat, and he could get a warm meal, but it was just, wok. Okay. So then they found out that they were healthier because of that. They say they were healthy. So that's amazing, you see. Because like cooking, overcooking destroys nutrients. Okay. Certain nutrients are destroyed by cooking, especially the oils, you see. So cooking with oil is bad. These are some of the things that basically, and stress and getting all your different good vitamins, and then your stem cells are going to be work.
Sorry.
Mute your mic there. So these the stem cells, and in the machine, there's a product. There's a system that will go out. I've also have a couple of stem cell videos, electroceuticals, that you can play that make sounds that will help to excite your stem cells and get them to work better. So there's ultrasounds inside these videos. In my electroceuticals, I put a lot of ultrasounds and infrasounds, and I found that the different sounds that can help to stimulate your stem cells. So this is what I found out about stem cells. And is there something else you want me to address regarding that, or did we do something for today? I can't hear you. Turn your mic back on.
I switched it off because of the dog. Sorry. Regarding the quantum software now, and the usage of the software to activate stem cells.
Yes. Oh, I don't have the system to do.
No, we don't want it. We don't want it live.
Okay, you go into the system, and the stem cell access is on the blood panel.
Blood panel, yeah. Yes.
There's two blood panels.
Dark field.
Yeah, the dark field. That's it.
Yeah.
And you'll see there's two buttons, and then when the person's in the harness, it will create an electrical field that will help to activate, stimulate stem cells if they need it, or it will help to stabilize. So there's two different functions there.
Stimulate and stabilize. All right.
And that's what I know about stem cells.
So it boils down to the usual life force.
Yes, and people are selling stem cells, etc.
Yeah.
But if you take these stem cells, number one, they're maybe probably not human stem cells, but that's okay. Yeah. The body can do some adaptation, etc. But the use of the stem cells will depend on the healthy body electric. So just putting the stem cells into a sick person whose body electric is sick, is not going to help. Now, get back to our little pendant, okay, etc. The time crystal device, and the time crystal device is going to create a scalar field, a sustained scalar field, which will help the stem cells to work. So that device will give you a sustained. I have my device right here next to me. And I can't see. If I try to wear it, it's just too much for me, But I keep it next to me during the night. And now I could sleep with it next to me because it helps me. But this sustained scalar field will also help to tickle your stem cells to work better. So, but people are getting stem cells injected into here, injected into there. And we've yet to really see the true benefits because the doctors are still only looking at the chemistry. They're not realizing that once a stem cell goes into a system, it has to have an electrical turn on. As a set of instructions. It has to be told what to do. And it's told what to do through an electrical process. And when your body electric is so weighed down with heavy metals and sugar and coffee and alcohol and drugs, etc., that's why allopathic drugs weigh you down so much. Because your body's not responding the way you should. You're no longer in health.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you very much. It's been amazing. I'm going to continue a little bit after your beautiful introduction. Everybody loved it, and we now know. Thank you.
Okay.
See you next time. Thank you, Dizzy. Thanks for coming. Ciao, ciao.
Merry Christmas.
You
Bye.
too. Okay. Bye, Dizzy. We'll chat soon. Okay, so nice information, very well presented by Professor Desiree Dubonnet, the inventor of the SCIO, the Educta, and then now recently the QUEX-ED, and the inventor and producer of the time crystal device, which we have on special right now, which is absolutely fabulous. And I'm going to show you price-wise, etc., as well as show you some of the products from the 365 Healthy by Choice stable that will help with the activation of the stem cells, immunity, life force, genetics, and DNA. So let's just have a look at these products, at the time crystal first of all. So this time crystal, we've been wearing ours for, close on a year and a half now. And that sustained scalar wave is undoubtedly palpable. You know it, you've got it with you. And it definitely does elevate you to a much more of a balanced space. In a position to make more intelligent decisions, think clearly, and live productively. So we were really honored, 365 Healthy by Choice, to be the marketing people of the device. And I urge you all now to get your Christmas wishes fulfilled. And we've got a lovely special now. It's 15% off. And this price, by the way, includes delivery. So more on this on the 365 Healthy by Choice website. Go to the homepage, go to search, type in their time crystal, and you will get to the landing page with all the information and lots of our previous PowerPoint presentations, as well as the training that I've done with Professor Desiree Dubonnet. And also on YouTube, we've loaded them all. So there's really a feast of information, having a look at the beautiful advantages, testimonies with the time crystal as well. So I urge you to go and have a look there. And the time crystal, of course, okay, so I'm back in the room, and just ending off on the time crystal. It, as I said to you, it's timeless. It has a battery life of 300 to 400 years. It's an heirloom piece. You pass it down, but most importantly, you're getting 365 Healthier by Choice scalar wave frequencies, protection, and also emotional clearing from the past and looking at glimpses into the future. And then let's just go to the next page, which is what I wanted to. The ACTIVA stem cells is the 365 Healthy by Choice plant-based solution to activating adult stem cells. So it's got the raw jelly, the blue-green algae, the lion's mane mushrooms, the cordyceps mushrooms, and the photoadaptogen. And those are the 5 top adult stem cell producing plants. So I wanted to share that with you. We've also got the ORMUS Gold, which the frequency is going to activate the stem cells. The probiotic, the microbiome reset with 80 to 120 live strains will also activate the stem cells. Desi's talking about a frequency, electromagnetic frequency, and they will do that, as well as the replica RNA DNA, which is bacterial cell wall fragments. So these are the main products. The ACTIVA stem cells being already whole food, raw food, and able to activate our stem cells. So where do we find all of this? At www.365healthybychoiceshop.com. All the training videos are on my YouTube channel, Jane McKenzie, and go in there, have a look. And also on the website, lots of educational information, and have fun. We've got some fantastic specials on at the moment too. So see you next week.